Mr. Witness.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and Related Matters. What is your religion, Mr. Witness?
Muslim.
In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
English.
Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation?
I'll make an affirmation.
Madam Chair, the witness wishes to make an affirmation. Use your right hand, raise it into the air, and then repeat after me.
All right. I,
Lamin F. BADJIE,
Lamin F. BADJIE,
do solemnly,
sincerely,
and truly declare that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Good afternoon, Mr. BADJIE.
Good afternoon, madam.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, good afternoon, Honorable Commissioners. The Assistant Counsel will lead this witness.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Good afternoon, Mr. BADJIE.
Good afternoon.
Could you please tell the Commission your name?
Pardon?
Could you please tell the Commission your names?
My names are Lamin F. BADJIE,
What is your address?
Kasakunda Village.
Since when did you join KMC?
2005.
Do you have your appointment letter with you?
Yes.
Were you confirmed?
Yes.
When were you confirmed?
2006.
Now, from 2006 to date, were you redeployed or promoted?
Yeah, I was promoted, then redeployed. All of them.
Do you have those letters with you as well?
Yes.
Please provide your letter of appointment, confirmation, promotion, and redeployment letters.
Okay.
All the documents are original, but except for one, the one that states staff redeployment to the community service. Do you have the original, or would you be able to have the original?
Maybe I can check with the HR, but I found it in my documents. I couldn't see that one.
Okay, that's fine. Then you can look for it. If you find it, you can kindly bring it. That way we can confirm it with the copy and then probably give you the original back.
Okay.
Madam Chair, we apply to tender the letter of application for the position of project supervisor written by the witness, Mr. Lamin F. BADJIE, dated 11th day of April 2005. And another letter dated 1st of July 2005 addressed to Mr. Lamin F. BADJIE, a response for an interview for a position of a project supervisor, signed by Richard Jase for the CEO. Another letter dated 11th day of July 2005 addressed to the witness, Mr. Lamin F. BADJIE, subject offer of appointment, signed by Richard Jase for the acting CEO. Letter of confirmation of appointment dated 24th February 2006 addressed to the witness, Mr. Lamin F. BADJIE, signed by Richard Jase for the acting director of admin. Letter of promotion addressed to the witness, Mr. Lamin BADJIE, dated 28th June 2007, signed by Dwao JAJA for the CEO. A copy of staff redeployment letter to community service addressed to the witness, Mr. Lamin F. BADJIE, for planning and development to the community service unit, dated 11 January 2008. A promotion letter to the witness, Mr. Lamin F. BADJIE, dated 24th May 2016, signed by Omar C. for the CEO. Letter of promotion addressed to the witness, Mr. Lamin F. BADJIE, dated 9th April 2018, signed by Wuraba for the CEO. Redeployment letter as head of GIZ team, dated 30th October 2020, addressed to the witness, Lamin F. BADJIE, signed by DEMBO JAH for CEO. The last one is another letter of redeployment as a Deputy Director of Service Operations addressed to the witness, Mr. Lamin BADJIE, dated 23rd January 2003, signed by DEMBO JAH for the Deputy CEO, all into evidence as an exhibit.
The witness presented 10 documents and they are admitted as follows. A letter dated 11th of April 2005 addressed to the Chief Executive Officer, Kanifing Municipal Council, with the subject application for the position of project supervisor. The letter is signed by Lamin F. BADJIE. A letter dated the 1st of July 2005 with reference KMC/ADM/055 addressed to Mr. Lamin F. BADJIE with the subject interview dash position of a project supervisor. The letter is signed by Richard Jassy for Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Lord Mayor, KMC, Finance Director, Director of Planning and Development. A letter dated the 11th of July 2005 with reference KMC/ADM/055 addressed to Lamin F. BADJIE with the subject offer of appointment. It is signed by Richard Jassy for Acting Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Lord Mayor, Acting Director of Finance, Director of Planning and Development, IT Unit. A letter dated the 24th of February 2006 with reference KMC/ADM/055 addressed to Lamin F. BADJIE with subject confirmation of appointment. It is signed by Richard Jassy, Acting Director of Administration. It is copied to Acting Mayor, KMC, Director of Planning and Development. A letter dated the 20th of June 2007 with reference KMC/ADM/055 addressed to Mr. Lamin BADJIE, Works Supervisor, Planning and Development, with the caption Promotion. It is signed by Dua Ojata for Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to Acting Mayor, Director of Finance, Acting Director of Planning, Internal Auditor, IT Technician. A letter dated the 11th of January 2008 with reference KMC/ADM/055 and with the subject staff redeployment to the community services. It is signed by Dua Ojata. It is copied to the Interim Chairman, Director of Finance, Manager, C/S, Director, P&W, IT Manager, Internal Auditor, P&D. Sorry. A letter dated 24th of May 2016 with reference KMC/ADM/074 addressed to Mr. Lamin F. BADJIE, Senior Community Service Field Officer, with the subject promotion, and the letter is signed by Omar C. for Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Lord Mayor, Director of Finance, Director of Internal Audit, Director of Planning and Development, Director of Services, IT Manager, and Acting Executive Secretary. A letter dated 19th of April 2018 with reference KMC/ADM/055 addressed to Lamin BADJIE, Valuation Manager, KMC, with the subject promotion. It is signed by Wuraba for Acting Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Chairman, KMC, Acting Director of Finance, Director of Audit, Director of Planning and Development, Director of Services, the Personal File, IT Manager, and Acting Executive Officer. A letter dated the 30th of October 2020 with reference KMC/HR/076 addressed to Lamin F. BADJIE, Deputy Director of Services, with the subject redeployment as head of GIS team. It is signed by DEMBO JAH for Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Lord Mayor, KMC, Director of Finance, Director of Internal Audit, Director of Services, IT Manager, Establishment and Appointment Committee. A letter dated the 23rd of January 2023 with reference KMC/HR/0015 addressed to Lamin BADJIE, Head of GIS, Subject redeployment as Deputy Director of Services, in brackets, operations. It is signed by DEMBO JAH for Deputy Chief Executive Officer, and it is copied to Lord Mayor, Director of Finance, Director of Internal Audit, Director of Services, IT Manager. These documents are admitted in a bundle as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/LFB/KMC/001.
As the commission pleases, Mr. Baji, could you kindly take us through your educational background?
I went to Kasakunda Primary. From there, I proceeded to become a secondary school from 1990 to 94. From 94, I proceed to Muslim up to 97. From there, I proceed to GTTI, where I was there up till 2005. At GTTI, I did construction up to diploma and drafting. Then from there, I was appointed at the KMC 1995. Up till 2011, I have the opportunity to travel to Taiwan, where I did my BSc in architectural planning. And in 2025, I came back. Then 2016, I have the opportunity also to do valuation with the Ministry of Lands and the Department of Lands and Surveys for 6 months. And also in 2018, 2019, I did a training with the same ministry for 4 to 6 months, this time on GIS, on the UNOPS projects. And also in 2023, I had to do executive.
Thank you. Regulators of this commission.
Yes.
And you can kindly go through it. That's the statement you made us. I understand you made 2 statements. Both statements will be given to you. You can go through contents of the documents. If those are the statements you that's okay. And for the first statement, I understand there are some attachments. Could you get to those points? Then we probably can.
Yes, mistake. Yes, on that, yeah, Madam Council, I want to make small changes.
On which of the statements?
The first one, on the first paragraph.
Okay.
I joined council 2005 and not 2007.
Okay, you can scratch against the 7 and write 5. Madam Chair, the witness wished to make amendments on his statement. The second line of his statement stating 2007 stated it's 2005 instead of 2007.
Granted.
Madam Chair, we apply to tender the statement of the witness, Mr. Lamin F. BADJIE, dated the 10th of July 2003, and the second statement dated the 19th day of September 2000. 2024 into evidence as an exhibit.
The witness statement dated the 10th of July 2023 made by the witness, Mr. Lamin F. BADJIE, and the additional witness statement made on the 19th of September 2024.
Of the department works.
So in your work as a supervisor, what exactly would you do with these managers, or what would they normally give you? How do they report to you? That's what I need to understand. I understand you don't have a written TOR, but what exactly have you been doing as Deputy Director of Service?
So I do inform them that they should submit a weekly report and also a monthly report, which I also compile together to forward it to the director for our annual reports.
Great. So all these three managers have been submitting weekly and monthly reports to you.
Yes, but sometimes they do skip some weeks.
Pardon me?
I said yes, but sometimes some weeks they do skip. There is no report.
There's no report.
Yeah, for some
and
weeks.
you have records of these reports, monthly reports and weekly reports from all these three managers.
Yes.
So you can you'll be provided with a pen and a paper. You can note it down. We'll need these these monthly and weekly reports from these three managers: community service manager, environment, and services.
Okay.
Mr. Badjie, aside from the reports, what exactly would you do with them as well?
I also supervise the works at the backwater dump site.
Okay, so have you been having reports from these supervisions you've been doing from the back of the dump side?
Yes.
How were you going about it?
At the dump site also, there are supervisors who normally report to me weekly.
Okay.
Mm.
How do they report to you? What exactly would they report to you? Were they also doing weekly reports or monthly reports?
So they are giving me weekly reports.
And that's all?
Yeah, but for me also, I do visit the dump site time to time.
And you collect revenues from them as well?
In 2018, there was no revenue at the dump site.
No, up to the time. You added that you also visit the dump site.
Yes.
Oh, that is not up recent. It's from 2018.
Yeah, that was on 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
So up to date, you do visit the dump site, or till what time?
No, up till 2020, before I was redeployed back to planning, I do go to the dump site.
Okay, 2020 they were selling tickets,
Yes.
and they've made mention of your name that you're one of the people that will collect revenue from them.
Yes, that's true.
So when you collect these revenues from them, what would you do with it?
I took it to the council and submitted there.
And you have records of your submission or what you receive from them, and also how you do your submissions.
Well, I collect the tickets from the accountant at the council, then give it to them. Then in the evening, I will go and collect the money, and the following day, I will bank it at the council.
So what work manual will you use? So how do we know how much ticket books you receive from council finance department, and how much do you give each of the ticket sellers, and what will you return? So there has to be some transparency. There has to be something, some sort of records. And once you're dealing with cash, you should have a cash book.
I don't have any cash book, to be
You were
honest
not
with you.
operating like
I don't
that.
have a cash book, but at the accounts level, they have a cash book where they record all the tickets that were given to me.
Okay.
Yeah, and if I go back with the duplicates of the tickets and all the receipts that were provided to me. Also, the duplicates of the ticket is the ticket that is normally said is written on the ticket and my receipt.
That's how you run the account.
Yeah, because that by then we were on a pilot. It was for only 3 months. After which, from the pilot, I wrote my report that it's time for us to get a ticket seller. So that's the time they get a ticket seller, and I was out of the pilot.
So whilst piloting, you were writing report, or you just wrote a report once?
No, during that period, I don't think I have any report.
But you just mentioned that you wrote a report.
Maybe that's a mistake, because during the pilot, I cannot remember giving any report.
No, you said at the end of the pilot, you wrote a report to recommend.
It was verbal. I reported to the director that I think it's high time for us to get a ticket seller, because we've made our pilot and we found that things are working fine, so we should get a ticket seller.
So who did you report to verbally?
My director.
That's your reporting mechanism with you and the director, or that's just for?
No, that's for the pilot, because for us we have all records of the services department.
All right. So as a deputy, how do you report to your director?
Sometimes I wrote to him, sometimes we will just talk in the phone.
So how would we know? Now you can sit here and say, I report to him verbally. He can come here and say you did not report. So why would you think it was okay to be reporting verbally?
No, that is not correct to report verbally. But that's the honest thing I did.
That's the honesty.
Yeah.
Okay, now the other reports that you've been writing, you can note it down.
Okay.
From 2018.
Okay.
You can provide those reports.
It's noted.
As
already
head of. No, that's different from the weekly and the monthly you've been receiving from the managers.
Okay. Okay. This one is because for the director, I gave him the yearly report.
I beg your pardon. For the director, you do what?
If I collect these monthly and weekly reports, I will compile everything and produce sometimes quarterly report with weekly yearly report for the director.
Okay.
Yes.
So since you have this weekly and monthly, you should provide now. You should provide your own yearly report that you've been
Okay.
submitting.
Okay.
If I may ask, a report on what? Is it just only the works of the managers?
Like
The report, the yearly report that you've been preparing and giving it to your director. Does it only include the weekly and the monthly report of the managers you've been supervising?
it's because I also deal with the disciplinary of the laborers that we have. If we have any complaints from them, we do write to the CEO for action to be taken.
The committee.
To the CEO, I do a recommendation to the CEO. The CEO will do the necessary actions.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
but for us, we send our memos to the CEO.
the minutes of the committee meetings.
I'm not saying that. Maybe you are not getting me.
Yes, please. Could you speak?
I'm saying at the Environment Sanitation Unit, we have daily paid laborers, which if there is a report that those laborers have done something, I will write a warning letter and submit it to the CEO for action to be taken.
Okay.
Yes.
So for environment and sanity, you said you have 7 supervisors.
Yes, which I can remember.
Okay. Do you know the number of staffs that you have there?
At the Environment Sanitation,
Uh-huh.
I cannot remember the actual figure, but it's up to 200 plus.
And they're all under
Environment Sanitation.
So aside from reporting or writing warning letters and sending it to the CEO, what other work do you do with the environment and sanity?
I do supervise also their daily work, whether the streets are clean, the markets, etc.
And do you prepare a report for such?
Yes.
You can note it down. So you do these reports every day? You said daily. So how often do you write these reports?
I will say daily. What I said the supervisors and the managers will give me a weekly report
Of this?
Of all the activities done.
Mm-hmm.
Then that weekly report, I will compile a quarterly report and a yearly report for the director.
Okay. So
yes.
Aside from doing that, and aside from writing recommendations for punishment, what else do you do?
This is what I'm saying. I also supervise the backwater dump site, the activities going at the backwater dump site.
Okay.
Yes.
Aside from giving tickets and taking revenue from the collectors, from the ticket sellers, what else do you do at the backwater dump site? So now this is 2 separate things. The one for these 3 communities and dump site. So now let's move to dump site.
Yes.
Aside from giving them ticket books and them submitting monies to you, what else do you do at the dump site?
I also write requests and forward it to the CEO for fuel to be produced so that the bulldozers at the dump site can be able to operate.
Okay, now going by your statement, you just made mention of these bulldozers. Where are these bulldozers from?
I think what I had, they are from Kanilai.
Yes, that's what you stated in your statement.
They are from Kanilai.
Do you have any idea how council got them from Kanilai to the dump site?
No.
So what sort of requests have you been making? Because I've seen a couple of requests attached to your statement.
It's fuel.
For the fuel.
It's for the fuel for their operations.
So to who and who have you been making, on who and whose behalf have you been making these fuel requests?
I made the request, then the director will endorse it and send to the records for the CEO's approval. From approval, it will send to procurement for normal procedures to be taken.
Have these normal procedures been taken?
Yes.
And for the dump site, who's responsible for the fuel that you've been making requests for?
By then, it was Mr. Kanjura. Kani.
What sort of requests have you been making for Mr. Kanjura Kani?
No, I don't make any request for Kanjura. I made requests for the supply of fuel for those two bulldozers that are operating at the backwater dump site. But by then, Kanjura was assigned at the dump site as a dump site manager. So he was responsible for collecting the fuel at the stores.
As a dump site manager?
Yes.
Now, do you have records of the fuel requests you've been making for the backwater dump site?
Yes, I have the requests.
You have all the requests?
Yes.
Do you have any with you, or have you been making records of everything?
The fuel is normally requested every 2 weeks. Not daily. It's every 2 weeks. When there is no fuel, then you will be alert. I will be alert so that I make another request.
Okay, so you can provide us with the records of fuel requests that you've been making for backwater dump site.
Okay.
Now for bulldozer D8 and D9, you've made you stated in your statement that these bulldozers take 75 liters of fuel maximum. Sorry, minimum 75 liters, maximum 125 liters.
Yes.
How do you know?
We were advised by the mechanic.
Which mechanic?
Our council mechanic.
What is his name?
Kujabe.
Okay. Aside from the...
Sorry, Council, I have Mr. Baji.
Yes.
You said according to exhibit LGC/LFB/KMC/001, your redeployment as head of GIS team.
Yes.
This was effective 2nd of November 2020, correct?
Yes.
Now, before 2nd of November 2020, where were you?
At the service department.
As what?
Deputy director.
Deputy director of service.
Yes.
Now, the procurement of these bulldozers from Kanilai, did it find you on the ground?
I was with council.
Under which department?
The service department.
So it would be correct to say that you were aware of how the bulldozers came from Kanilai to KMC.
No, I'm not aware how they came, but because I know that I was told that they went from the two bulldozers, because by then we were renting. So they told us that Kanjura was supposed to go and bring two bulldozers from Kanilai, but how they came, I cannot explain anything. No.
What? Who was your head of department as at that time?
The director of service?
Yes.
Is Sanya, Lamin Sanya.
Lamin?
Sanya.
Is he still working with the KMC?
Yes.
Lamin Sanya?
Lamin S. Sanya.
Lamin S. Sanya?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Thank you. Now we move to as head of GIS.
Yes.
Geographical Information System.
Yes.
So as head of GIS, what was your role?
As head of GIS, we wanted to collect data for the council because council realized that there is no data for rates, license, and markets. So this is why the unit was created.
When was this?
This is 2020, after we completed our training with UNOPS.
And the data, they ended up creating the data?
We've started, but still is on progress. It's not completed.
Now, could you at least give us? You said you've started, but it's not
Yes,
completed. So
yes.
now, at least give us what exactly you've started, what you've worked on, and what is to be expected.
Under that part, first we've just make a concept note on how to work. Then we've got our work program for the year 2021, because by then 2020 was already gone. So after getting that, we were able to get the drone image of council, from where we trace all the properties in council, and also we've got we have already got the footprints of the buildings within the council. So as of now, we are linking the close code that was done through the Ministry of Information in collaboration with the council to link these close codes with the properties. And also for now, we have a project with Access University in London to conduct this survey, so that we will get a correct data for all the properties that are registered in council, because we learned that according to rates, some of the properties are duplicated. So as of now, this is where we are. But the project will kickstart in January 2025, the data collection program. So as of now, we are in the preparation stage.
Sorry, Mr. Badjie, you said 2020 what?
2025, the data collection will be started. Now we are on the preparation.
2005 or 2025?
Sorry, 2025.
25.
Yeah?
2025.
It's still ongoing, but
It's
it will
ongoing.
start in 2025.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
So when did the data collection start?
it will start 2025.
Okay, the data collection will start.
Yeah, now we are on the preparation.
But then, was there any project implemented before then? Is there any ongoing project?
That was the problem, because when we made our budget, is at the approval stage, there is no budget, so we couldn't do all the plans that we have for the year.
No, what I mean is,
Yeah.
was there a distinct project that was involved in the identification and the indexing of the properties in?
Yes, that was through Ministry of Information. That's the PLOS code.
That's the BROS code.
Yeah, the PLOS
project.
codes. Yeah,
Okay.
the PLOS code. We were collaborating with the Ministry of Information.
So those are the ones that provided the
PLOS codes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So was it an exhaustive this is how to call it exercise?
No, it was a project.
Yeah.
Yeah, for almost 1 year, some months.
When did the project start?
2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it ended when?
Part of 2022. Yeah, it's 1 year, some months.
So what was the target of the project?
For the Ministry of Information, they wanted to tag all the compounds with PLOS codes for easy identification. Yeah. So we use that opportunity to link with our rates unit, so that we also will know which compound is in the system and which compound is not in the system.
So now was the project in a position to obtain its objective in identifying all the properties in the?
Well, I can say yes, because as of now, we have already linked almost 15,000 properties, but it's ongoing. It's not yet completed. Yeah.
And you are still working with with the Department of Information.
Ministry of Information.
Yes.
No, for them, after the project, it's council now which is working. That is the GIS unit. Yeah.
But you've just told the commission that the GIS unit is not funded properly to conduct the activity.
Yeah, that was 2020.
So, but now it's fully funded.
Now we have a project with Access that is sponsoring these activities that we are doing.
And who is the head of the project?
I am the vocal person of the project, but the consultant is from Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Yeah.
Can you provide us with the documentation of the project, so what is happening with the project?
Okay.
So please note that. Is it also your responsibility to archive the data and to catalog, to do the cataloging in the system?
Yes.
It's part of your responsibility.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what that entails?
No, for now, we haven't got any data. This is why we wanted to get a correct data, because when we started the GIS, there was no data. The only data that was available then was the rates.
Is the data just limited to properties, or the data is general?
Our target is not for only rates. After completing rates, we wanted to go to license so that we know how many businesses are existing in KM. And from there, we will proceed to market also.
So
Yeah.
part of your responsibility is to make sure that you have
Correct data
the global data
for the council.
for the council.
Yes.
And you just started for the properties. You've not yet gone to license and to the market.
Markets, yeah.
Council, you may proceed. Sorry, he has a question.
Mr. Sanya,
Mr. Baji.
sorry, I'm sorry, Mr. Bali, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
This GIS map you are trying to produce, what is going to be the difference between the GIS map and the cadastral maps that are already in existence? What's the difference?
There is no difference because we are working in collaboration with fiscal planning and Department of Lands.
Okay.
Yeah.
My point is, I'm a bit surprised when you said that there was no data. There is enough data, and there is data for all the properties in KMC, how many buildings are there, what are the measurements of the plots, and everything. It's available locally. And within this data, I'm telling you, you can identify where all the businesses are.
For us as a council, we wrote to the ministry for this data, but we couldn't get.
Let me give an example. For example, at BCC, within the flip of a button, you can know how many electrical poles are there. The data is there. The data is should be at KMC. It's at the physical planning. And all this information is there. It is to scale. There is some 1:2500. There is 1:1250. There is 1:500. All this is available. I'm not sure why you're not seeing it.
I'm not denying, but for us, we haven't found any data.
Did you attempt to look for the data from physical planning? And
yes.
I know they have it. They even have the aerial photographs where you can download and get the information.
We went to fiscal planning. That's what I'm saying. From fiscal planning, we got some of the information and we trace it so that we can get an update.
Good.
Yes. So that is what we are working.
It could have been taken. It could have taken a shorter time. If you were in for it, within 4 months, you can have all the data in KMC, and it should go. That's going to be your property. Rather than waiting for the GIS system, you put a project, it works in it. There are capacity gaps. There is funding gaps. Data is available.
The data is not available, Council. If the data was there, we should have not gone.
I'm not council.
Mr. Budget,
yes.
Council, is Commissioner.
Commissioner, sorry.
Now,
Thank you.
So the physical planning and the Department of Lands and Service are saying that the data is no more available.
I'm not saying they said there is no more available. The data we have from them, this is what we were working, so that because for them, they have old maps, which some of these new properties are not captured. Okay. So this is why I said, from what we have from them, we also want to update it so that we can get all the properties within KM.
I agree. That was the simplest explanation you have made.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry. Mr. Badjie, you stated in your statement that with the help from the security forces, you cleaned the community gutters. How were you doing that?
That one we normally write to the security forces for assistance. So when we wrote to them, they will respond positively.
Considering you have environment and sanity community, and you made mention of the number of people that are there and that you have 7 supervisors, you still need a helping hand from the security forces.
Yes.
And then you will later make requests for funds from council.
Yes.
To pay the security. And
no, we don't pay the security people.
Who do you pay?
We normally buy logistics for them. That is, we buy fuel and we also give them breakfast and water, but we don't pay them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you been keeping records of these activities?
Yes.
You can write it down. And you said you've been retiring funds of what you've been requesting to take care of the welfare of the security forces?
Pardon?
You've been retiring funds that you've been requesting.
Yes.
We need the records of the retirement of funds that you've been.
Okay.
You understand? Now, we will now go back to the dump site. Aside from the ticket sellers, from who and who have you been receiving revenue from?
Only the ticket sellers.
No, but we have Mr. Jonga, Omar Jonga.
Yeah.
And we also have Kemo Fati, who made it clear that they've been giving funds to you.
Kemo never give me money.
Okay.
Neither Jonga. I do give money to Jonga, but they don't give me money.
So how do we clear that out? Because you clearly don't have records of these funds that you've been receiving from ticket sellers.
I have my receipts that I deposited to Jonga. I have all it with me.
Okay.
Yes.
So how about Kemo?
Kemo never give me any money, and I never took money from Kemo.
But Kemo has been collecting revenue from, in fact, he reports to you.
Kemo
well.
don't report to me.
Aside from the supervisors at the dump site, he made it clear that he has been giving monies to you and the supervisors have been giving monies to you.
Can he provide evidence for that? Because Kemo reports to the project manager, that is Mr. Singate. Kemo never report to
He
me.
made mention of you, Mr. Singate, and one other.
I couldn't remember any day Kemo give me money.
And it's clear to you that they do not have cash book or any form of records keeping as to these cash that they've been collecting and giving it to you.
As I said, Kemo never give me any money, but all the monies that have been collected at the dump site are deposited and I have the receipts with me.
Okay, you can provide the receipts because we will find it very difficult that you have not been keeping records from whatever you're receiving from these ticket sellers. So it's how much you've been receiving versus how much you've been submitting.
All those records are with Jonga. As I said before, Jonga normally writes everything that he gives me.
Okay, so you only have the receipts.
I have the receipts with the tickets on it and the amount deposited.
Can we please take a look at the receipts that you're having?
Now, Mr. Badjie, whilst they look at the receipts, let me just ask. It's correct that you conduct valuation of the properties
No.
as part of your responsibility.
Yeah.
As part of your responsibility,
Yeah.
you conduct valuation of the properties.
No, we were trained to do valuation.
Yeah.
By the ministry.
Yeah.
So we did a pilot together with the ministry.
Yeah.
From there.
What year is that?
2016.
2016.
Yes.
That's the only time you did valuation.
It was a pilot with the ministry themselves.
Okay.
But from there, because we were not allowed to do the valuation, so there's no valuation conducted.
So from
they train also that they can give us the responsibility of doing it, okay. But it couldn't go.
So from 2018 to date, no valuation of the properties have ever been made
No,
by the council.
no.
Now, the question is, you have been working with the ballot unit. Are you receiving allowance from the ballot unit?
No, I never received any allowance from budget.
But according to part of your TOR,
Yes,
when you were deployed as Deputy Director of Services,
yes,
that is operations,
yes,
you are to monitor and ensure the efficient running of the ballot unit.
yes, that's true.
That's your responsibility?
Yes.
And how do you do this?
I do supervise them because by then their manager leave the job.
What year is that?
This is 2023.
2023.
Yes, the manager left the
Effective when?
position.
Effective when?
Pardon?
Effective when?
I couldn't remember the date because the manager resigned. That was Majula Gasama.
Okay.
So they wrote to me that let me supervise them before they get a new manager.
So were you given any letter?
No,
You were instructed verbally.
verbally. But I challenged it to the deputy CEO then that if I'm not
What's Deputy CEO?
Kajali.
Kajali Jan.
Yes.
Okay.
That if I'm not given any letter, I will not do this supervision. But for that letter also, no response was given to me.
You wrote.
Yes, I wrote.
Can we have the letter?
Okay, I'll produce it.
Yes. Council, you may proceed.
Thank you. Mr. Badjie, sorry. I would like to correct the previous statement I made. It wasn't Kemo giving you monies.
No,
Kemo was just confirming that Mr. Singate and Mr. Lamin Sanyang and yourself were giving monies, were the ones that rendered an account to Mr. Jonga.
What I know is only me who took monies from Jonga. And those are the receipts that I deposited money also to Jonga.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Mr. Fati confirmed that you were the one, you and two others. Of course, you will speak for yourself, you know about.
This is why I said I know that of myself. But for others, I cannot say anything about it.
Okay, that's fine. But you confirm that you've been taking monies from Jonga.
No, I don't take monies from Jonga.
Monies to Jonga, rather.
I deposit money to Jonga.
Okay.
Yes.
And the receipt I've seen payments, but I'll return them back to you because it is not indicated from which of the ticket sellers you took it from and from what date to what date. Okay. It's all in bundle, but we'll return it back to you for you to prepare a cover letter and then probably indicate from which of the ticket sellers for which month to which month and the amount as expected.
Okay.
All right. Then we move to the to your second statement, the additional statement. You stated that you understand that there was no records being kept by the security of the dump site and that the ticket books or cash books, sorry, the allocation for ticket books or cash collections made on these. So there was no records being kept for these.
Yes.
As a supervisor, was that supposed to happen?
No.
How do you keep track of how many books that was given and how much money was made out of it if they were not keeping records?
Yeah, that one, all the duplicates are given back to me and I will return it to the council.
Okay, but now how do they run the account if they were not keeping cash books?
This is what I'm saying.
They were not keeping records.
This is what I'm saying. There was no record because I gave them, they will sell it and give me back the duplicates.
Then you were not doing part of your responsibility properly. Do you agree?
As I said before, I did, because for me it was a pilot. So I felt that what was important is for me to collect what the money they have and bank it and get my receipt, because I'm the guy taking the money from them. So,
but you think it wasn't fair for them to note down how much they were giving you, or for you to note down how much they were giving you? Because it's for you to go and submit back that money. So if they've been giving you, let's say 10,000, and you've been submitting 5 or 7,000, how do we know? Because you were not keeping record.
For me,
As much as it was a pilot, the first thing you should know was to keep a cash book, no, or records.
For me, I told you the cash book was with Jonga, it's not with me. So for them, they should also get their own.
Why didn't you advise?
I think what council is trying to find out from you is the fact that you receive cash
Yes.
from collectors
Yeah.
without recording it anywhere and transmitting the money to Mr. Jonga. How would you do the reconciliation? It is what you present to Mr. Jonga that is what Mr. Jonga is going to enter in his cash book.
Mhm.
So she is trying to put to you whether it was prudent for you not to have maintained some sort of record as to how much you are receiving from each collector. Because you recall that you know better than I do that they collect revenue on different distant categories. They collect revenue for different categories from $50 is up to 250.
Yes.
You know, and different categories of people that come into dump with different vehicles.
Mm.
So for somebody to appreciate how much has been given to you, because these collectors, they collect for per day, and you come the next day to collect that revenue that has been collected for onward transmission to Mr. Jonga,
Yes.
for him to give you a receipt.
Yeah.
So from these receipts, it will be very difficult for us to understand, you understand, whether you collected from 5 collectors or from 2 collectors, and how much is the total that you have collected from each particular collector. Because it's nowhere written. It's just a receipt that we have seen, a treasury receipt. Unless, you understand, there is a proper reconciliation done, we would not be able to see, you understand, the cash in transit, what happens to it.
For me, if I collect any receipt,
because you are the one
yes, I'm coming.
that is handling the cash in transit. Is
Yes,
that
I'm
not
coming.
correct?
I'm coming. Yes.
No, I just want to be clear so that
Yes.
when you explain,
Yes.
we will understand more.
Yes.
Yes.
Whenever I collect tickets from Jonga,
Yes.
I do sign from Jonga.
Yeah.
The number of tickets collected from him. So those tickets will be given to the police, because by then we don't have any ticket seller at the dump site during that period. So after 3 weeks, they brought in Usman Jase as a ticket seller, but he was not confirmed then by the council, neither been given the a contract. So I feel that Jase is no more, he's not a staff yet, neither been given any contract. This is why I gave the tickets to the police. So it's the responsibility of the police also to book those tickets given to them. For me, I do make sure that the number of tickets given to them, I collect it from them.
Let me intervene here. As at that time, what were you? Are you a supervisor or what role?
No, by then I was the deputy director of service.
That you were deputy
Yes.
director. So how would it, if, for example, how do you do the reconciliation? You, the deputy director of services, you collect the receipt books from Mr. Jonga and you sign for them.
Yes.
From the CRBR, right?
No. Jonga has his own cash book.
His own, where you sign for this receipt?
For these tickets.
For this ticket.
Yes.
Now, how do you do the reconciliation between the security, yourself and Mr. Jonga?
For the securities, if I go there, they count the money, give them with the duplicates, because all the tickets have duplicates. Yes. They will give it to me with the monies.
So you cross-check?
before leaving.
So you cross-check that before you...
With them.
Yes, before
Yes.
you take the money.
Before I took the money.
And
So
we'll take the books also back to Mr. Jong
back to Mr. Jonga.
for him to do the reconciliation.
For him to do it. This is why he normally took all the books that I returned to him.
Does he make reference on that receipt?
Yeah, the numbers are there. Ticket numbers
For
are
the
there.
ticket books?
Yes, their numbers are there.
For those particular receipts?
Yes.
So please do a cover note as she has requested.
Okay.
And we will be able to have clarity as to what those receipts are all about.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Council, you may proceed.
Mr. Baji, like I was saying, there was no proper accounting system. That is why there was some shortages at the back of the dump site.
During my time, I don't think there is any shortages because all the monies I receive are deposited and I have the receipts with me. We will be bearing the ticket numbers on them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now we can move to the next issue on your second statement. That's the third paragraph. We've noticed
Sorry, Council, before you go to the next statement, I have a question for the first statement. Your last paragraph on the first statement, which is dated the 10th of July 2023,
yes.
You have indicated that you understand that the minimum daily fuel supply was for each bulldozer was 75 liters, and it could go up to 125, correct?
Yes.
And that you don't know that Mr. Kanye is supplied in bulk, and you are not aware of that transaction. Is that correct? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Now, being the Deputy Director of Services, how is it possible that you don't know exactly how much fuel these bulldozers use? Because what you have indicated in your statement is a variation. You said from 75 to 125. So at what point do you supply the bulldozer 125 liters? What would be the situation or the occasion that you will have to supply up to 125 liters?
We are always advised by the mechanic.
The mechanic, who is the
Yes.
mechanic?
I said Buba
Buba
Kujabi.
Kujabi.
Yes.
So he advises you. Does he do this
Does he?
through writing? Does he do this advice?
No,
Does he
the
give
mechanic cannot write.
Huh?
He is not educated. He cannot write.
So he just tells you that today this is how much you need, and that is how much you will.
No. I think you are misunderstanding. When the bulldozers came,
Yes.
he make the inspection of the bulldozers.
Is he a staff?
Yes, he's a staff. He's a staff. So that's the time we were advised that the maximum liters that the bulldozer should take was 200. But we told them that council cannot provide that. We cannot give 200 per day. We don't have that capacity to do that. So that's the time he advised us that any day the bulldozers are working, minimum we should give them 75 liters. We should not go less than that, because if not, the machine will get a problem.
All right.
Yes.
Now, for the issue of the bulldozers, are they purchased by the council or are they hired?
For these two bulldozers,
Yes.
they are not purchased. I said they were brought from Kanilai.
So are they still the ones that are being used at the dump site?
No. Because
where are they now?
One is still standing there, it's not working. The other one, I don't know where it is.
All right.
Yeah.
So currently, the bulldozers that are being used at the dump site, are they purchased by the council or are they hired?
Currently, it's hired. It's on contract. Yeah.
Do you know how much is paid per bulldozer per day?
No.
You don't know?
No.
Thank you. Yes, council, you may proceed.
Thank you. Mr. Baji, I understand that there are some vouchers paid to you as an impress.
Yes.
What were the procedures that you followed, if any?
For the impress? Can you repeat your question, ma?
The impress.
Yes.
There are some vouchers. I'll just take you through. It's already in your statement, third paragraph, second statement, third paragraph. Do you have a copy of your statement?
No.
Okay. PV 190904 dated 5th day of November 2019, amount 5,000. PV 200873 dated 26th June 2020, amount 15,720. PV 1287 dated 7 June 2021, amount 63,000. PV 1418 dated 5th day of October 2020, total 48,980. PV 201485 dated 13th October 2020, amount 41,440, and PV 201085 dated 29th day of July 2020, amount 20,000 being cast impress paid to you, the deputy director. So now, what procedures do you follow?
Yeah, requests are made to the CEO, who will forward this. If approved, it will be forwarded to the finance for payment. Then from there, you have to do the retirement.
And you did this request to the CEO?
Yes.
You have copies of these requests for all of these
Yes.
payment vouchers?
Yes, I can produce them.
You
They are
can
not with me,
provide.
I can provide them.
Kindly provide the payment voucher, sorry, the impress and the applications, sorry, the request made for all of these payment vouchers that are stated earlier.
Okay.
And have you made
And also,
retirement?
sorry, and also provide the retirement of this, because you have said these are cash impress that is paid to you, right?
Yes.
So you provide us the retirement of the.
Then the retirement after, because the retirements were all sent to the office of the CEO.
Yes, but these are impress that was given to you. So after the transaction, you should retire.
Okay, I will check for the. I will check for the photocopies.
There should be some
because I do get photocopies. I will check for those. But for
Yes.
the originals, they are all sent to the CEO's office.
Yes, we just want to see the transactions,
Okay.
vouchers, and the
Okay.
retirement because
Okay.
they are impress.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Council, you may proceed.
You've noted down the retirements?
Yeah, it's noted.
Okay, that's fine. That will be all from my end. Lead counsel have few questions for you.
Yes. You had said that you do not keep records with respect to the monies you collect from the collectors at the domicile.
Pardon?
You had told the commission that you don't keep records of the monies you collect from these collectors at the domicile. Is that correct?
No, what I said was that any tickets that I took from Jonga is being recorded.
Any
So
ticket that you?
I took from Jonga.
How about the monies you will take from these collectors?
The monies that I took from the collectors also, all the receipts are here.
Do you record? Do you have records of these collections, the time, the individuals you have collected these monies from?
Yeah, that's my evidence.
Do you issue them receipts? Do you issue them receipts?
No, I give them tickets.
Yes, but when you collect the money from them, do you issue them receipts?
The receipts are mine because I don't have any receipt book to give it to them.
Do you know what the law says about someone who wants to have dealings with cash? The financial manual?
No.
Are you familiar?
No.
It's your role to collect revenue.
We were piloting and I was given
It's your role to collect revenue.
It's not my role to collect revenue, but we were piloting and the mandate was given to me by council.
Where's the evidence?
Pardon?
You have evidence that you were giving the money to collect revenue,
Yes,
to collect physical car.
to do the pilot at the Bakado Dam site.
What pilot are you talking about?
As I said before we started the revenue collection at the Bakado Dam site, it was never introduced at the dam site. So in 20,
did the council mandate you to collect revenue?
They give in the pilot. Yes.
In that pilot program, you were mandated to collect revenue.
They said it's the service department that should be responsible for this piloting.
Yes.
Yes.
And so
a resolution was passed.
And says in your capacity as deputy director of services?
They didn't say that. I was.
What is what was the capacity then during the pilot?
This is what I'm saying, because by then I was responsible for supervising the Bakode Dam site. So this is why I took the receipts.
Who gave you the authority to be collecting money from the collectors?
Nobody gave me the authority. It's the council. They give the resolution for us as a service department to do the pilot for this transaction to be done at the Bakode Dam site.
What does this pilot entail?
Because we have never collected any revenue at the Bakode Dam site.
Yes.
So we want to get a clue whether it will work or not.
So that means you will flout all the rules during this pilot process?
Pardon?
It means you'll flout all the rules during this pilot process?
To my understanding, we have done almost 95% of the rules.
So because it is pilot process, you don't have to follow rules?
We did follow the rules.
You are not mandated to collect money. It's not your job to collect money. Do you agree with that? First, we agree with that, and then we move on.
Because if you say
no business collecting money.
Pardon?
You had no business to collect money from the collectors. Do you agree with that?
No.
You don't agree with that?
Because the council said the service department should do the piloting. This is why we did the piloting.
Have the structure with respect to who should do what. If it says the service department must collect revenue, it did not say that you will have to collect the money directly from the collectors. Did it say that?
Yes, it didn't say that, but I'm the person who gave them the receipt. So it's me who should collect it and take it back.
Yeah, so it did not say that. Now, let me ask that you be given the financial manual with regards to whosoever has access to monies of council or revenue. Page 61. That? And I will ask that you be giving the resolution as well. General Council Resolution, first May 2018.
Okay.
Before you read that, may I ask that you be given this resolution. Is that the resolution you are referring to? Is that the resolution you are referring to?
No.
Mr. BADJIE?
No.
This is not the one?
No, this is not the one.
Because that one is not favorable.
No.
So which one are you referring to?
Maybe you can give me a chance so that I can go and produce it.
And produce the
resolution that I'm referring to.
Which says what?
Which says that the service department should do a pilot at the back of the dump site to do the ticketing system.
Yes, Mr. BADJIE.
Yes.
But you in particular, did the resolution mention your name?
It says the service department.
I'm asking you a direct question. Did it say that you yourself should be involved in collecting revenue?
No.
You have a TOR as per your employment.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Do you want to read it for everyone to see what your job entails?
When I was employed,
yes,
I was employed as a project supervisor.
Yes.
Then rose to
Yes.
up to where I am.
Yes.
But when I was redeployed to the service,
Deployment as deputy director of services.
yes.
Do you want to see your TOR?
Yes.
Can you please read your TOR?
This is 2023, not 2018. Redeployment as Deputy Director of Services Operation.
Do you have a different TOR in 2018?
This is what I'm saying. On the 2018, I made it clear that I was redeployed to service department, but without a TOR.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you don't have a TOR, but now you see the TOR of that particular portfolio.
Yes. But by then, the pilot have already been done.
Yes, but the pilot did not say nowhere. In fact, it makes it worse. Nowhere it say that you can be going to the dump site and collecting money.
I agree on that, but
and
on
you agree is wrong.
I agree on that. That the pilot didn't say that I should collect revenues.
Then why?
But I told you that the resolution said the service department should do the.
Why were you collecting money specifically?
Why?
Why are you collecting money from the collectors directly?
Because I am the one who took the receipts to the dump site.
That does not authorize you to collect money. Now read on page 61, which talks about the subsidiary cash flow. You will know what it takes. Page 61 of the financial manual. Are you there?
Yes.
Please read it.
This is the cash book to be used by employees charged with the receipt of revenue.
Yes.
And pardon?
I said, go ahead, sir.
And whom are required to make logment to the main cash book at the council headquarters. In it is recorded in serial numbers, order and receipt, ticket, license, etc., and the amount received from the public on the day of receipt. It says 1. The appropriate standard receipt book, license, tickets, or order approved from serially numbered must be used by the account clerk charged with the receipt of the council's fund.
So you see, it's very clear that for anyone who deals with revenue collection must have a cash.
Yes.
Where is your cash?
I don't have any cash.
Why would you have a cash?
This is what I'm telling you. At the record, at the clerk's office, I do sign. But at the dump site, I don't have any cash.
That is not the question. You decided to have the duty to go and collect revenue.
Yes. I know this. I'm not the one who decided.
Who instructed you to collect revenue?
We were given a resolution to do a pilot.
Specifically talking to you. Who instructed you to go and collect revenue from the collectors?
No, physically nobody instructed me.
Now where is your cash flow?
I don't have any cash flow.
How can you now render a proper account of these monies you collect? You do not give the collectors receipt. You don't. They testified and they said that you don't give them receipt.
I agree. I don't give them any receipts.
That's problem.
But whenever I collect monies from them and it's bank, I have my receipts.
Now, how would we know that the amount you have collected is the amount you have deposited?
That is on the duplicates of the receipts and is all recorded on the receipts.
No, you have to. The receipts must form part of the cash flow. The transactions must form part of the cash flow.
Those transactions are with Jonga. Everything is written.
See, Jonga has discrepancies. And he gave evidence.
How?
He said what he will write is what you will give him.
And that's left to him. But for me, whatever I receive from Jonga is receipted, and all those.
That's not true. That's not true. And don't say it's left to him, because if you had done what you're supposed to do, then it can easily be accounted for. If you had kept a cash book to clearly maintain the records right from inception, where you are taking these monies from the collectors that you are taking the monies from, then we can say that the monies you collect is the same amount you've accounted for.
As I said before.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So failure to do that will provide or have a hole in the process. Do you understand?
Yes.
So you can't come and sit down here and start telling us that you have receipts.
As I said, let me comment. I told you whatever I receive from Jonga is recorded, and I sign.
That is not the question. That is not the issue.
What is the issue?
The issue here is when you are taking physical cash from the collectors.
Yes.
You do not have any accounting system at that level.
Yes.
You take money from them. For instance, if you take $20,000 from them,
yes,
from any collector,
yes,
you don't even give them a receipt. You don't sign any document. And they had complained this. They had said this in the commission.
Yes.
So now when you take the amount and go to Jonga, Jonga had no idea how much you've collected.
But the receipts are here.
No. Which receipts are you talking about?
Pardon?
Which receipts are you talking about?
That the monies I collected are all deposited.
From
the cashiers at the back of the dump site.
I'm talking about the level of the collectors. You know clearly what I'm talking about. These are receipts from who? Who gave you these receipts?
From council, from Jonga.
That's it.
Yes.
And the receipts are the monies you gave him.
Yes.
That's it.
With the duplicate of the ticket that were sent by the cashiers.
Would there be any variance?
I don't know.
You created loopholes. You went and collected money, knowing fully well that you have to keep a cash book for whatever purpose. And you would not. So let me ask you: do you not know that you are supposed to issue them a receipt after collecting money from them?
No,
you don't know.
No, because
you don't know as well.
Let me answer.
Go ahead.
Because I felt that I'm the one who submitted the money, and in the receipt book, my name is there. This is why I kept the receipts.
And you were not aware of this provision in the financial manual?
No.
You were not?
No.
And whose fault is that?
That is my fault.
Yes, but it's intentional.
It's not intentional.
That is the problem.
No, it's not.
Ba'Jie, it is intentional.
It's not.
Because at your level, you are not working for or under the finance department.
That's true.
You know revenue collection is squarely the role of the finance unit.
Yes.
That is not your role.
But we were given the resolution to do the piloting.
And you repeatedly want people to believe that?
I can produce the evidence of the resolution.
Saying?
Which says that the service department should do a pilot for a certain period and hand over everything. Because we are responsible for the dump site.
Are you listening to yourself?
Yes.
Do you have a plan for the pilot program?
Plan for?
The pilot program, how you're going to execute this function?
Yes, we have.
You have a plan?
Yes, we have.
Written?
Yes, it's written.
Can you produce it?
Yes.
Will that plan state how the revenue is going to be collected?
I maybe if I go to the plan, I can check, but we have a plan.
Did the plan state how the revenue is going to be collected?
I cannot be certain as of now.
Will the plan indicate that you can also collect revenue?
No.
See, Mr. Ba'Jie.
Yes.
When you flout the rules, you just accept.
No. Where you want to break the council, I cannot accept. Because we were given the mandate to do the pilot, which we did, after which hand over everything to finance.
Honorable Chairperson, we will request that the witness provide these documents by tomorrow so that we can proceed with the witness regarding the resolution you are referring to. And the plan, the work plan for the pilot by tomorrow.
Mr. Ba'Jie, so we will see you tomorrow.
Okay.
And thank you for coming. So please endeavor to bring the resolution that is authorizing the service department to do a pilot project at the dump site to collect tax together with the plan, etc. Any other document related to the piloting of revenue collection at the dump site.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. So we may rise.
Madam Chair, we are done for the day.